This tutorial is centered on online learning. We discuss the different expectations and requirements of taking an online class at Honolulu Community College. If you're interested in enrolling in an online course, or if you've taken online courses in the past but maybe struggled to get through those online courses, we hope this tutorial will help you to better understand online learning expectations and build your online learning skills. Expectations are a really important thing to think about when it comes to online learning. Interestingly, online students often have different expectations than on-campus students. For one, online students aren't expected to show up to class like an on-campus student would be, but online students are expected to complete all of their homework on time and actively communicate through email, discussion forums, and other technological tools with their instructor and their peers. Before we discuss more about the expectations of online learning, it's really important to clarify some definitions and terms of distance learning. These definitions are going to be used interchangeably throughout this tutorial and throughout the website. Sometimes students taking online courses are referred to as distance learners or online learners. Sometimes students taking online courses are referred to as online students or distance students. And other times, students taking online courses are referred to as DE, meaning distance education, or DE students or DE learners. To be clear, all 7 of these terms have the same definition. Each of these terms really means the same thing. They're referring to students taking online courses. So, if you hear someone talking about DE students and hear another person discussing online learners, they're likely referring to the same thing. All right, now that we've cleared up that and have a better idea of the different types of terms used for students taking online courses, let's move on to instructors. As we mentioned previously, instructors often have certain expectations of online students as compared to on-campus students. So it's important that we understand some common expectations of online learners. Let's complete a little activity. I'd like you to pause the video, grab a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper, or you can even pull up a Word document on your computer or your phone. I'm going to list several items, and I'd like you to mark yes or no for each of the items. So you're going to mark yes if you feel like you have this type of characteristic or skill on the list, and you're going to mark no if you feel like you don't have this type of characteristic or skill that I list. All right, let's get started. So, to complete this little activity, we'll begin with online students' expectations. So online learners or students are expected to be self-starters, meaning that they are motivated to work independently and really don't need many reminders from their instructor to complete assignments on time. Would you say you're a self-starter? Mark yes or no on your notes. Online students are also expected to be organized, use their time wisely, and should be willing to communicate and learn in different ways. Would you say you're organized? Yes or no? Online learners are also expected to be active online. What does that mean? Well, generally, it means that these types of students are willing to put in the time needed to study and actively participate in online class activities like discussion group work, online forums, and other assignments that require active communication through the internet. Are you willing to be an active learner online? Online learners should also communicate often. It's expected that these learners communicate frequently, get their assignments in on time, and discuss questions or concerns they have with their instructor over email or a different form of technology, as outlined by their course instructor. Are you good at consistently communicating through technology? Online learners are also expected to have regular access to a computer. Technology and internet access are really essential components to online learning success. And it's imperative that these learners have access to a computer or electronic device that meets these basic requirements. Do you have regular access to a computer or electronic device and the internet? Online learners are also expected to have pretty basic computer skills, like being able to navigate the internet with ease, have the ability to download and install files from the internet, have the ability to create, save, and upload documents to the internet. You're able to search engines for researching, know how to send and receive emails with attachments, and have pretty good word processing skills, such as knowing how to create, open, save, print, and edit files and documents. So, would you say you're familiar with these computer-related skills? Online learners are also expected to reach out to student support services here at Honolulu Community College. We offer a variety of online student support services, including online tutoring, library services, counseling services, academic advising, and much more. Are you really willing to reach out to these support services when you need it? And last but not least, online learners are expected to purchase, rent, or download any necessary course content listed on their course syllabus. Are you prepared to do this? All right, so now it's time to tally up your scores. Did you say yes to 6 or more of these items? If you did, you're well on your way to forming successful online learning traits. If you answered yes to 5 or less of these items, don't worry. By the time you complete this module and the others, you should be much more prepared for online learning success. So now that we have a better idea of what it really takes to be an online learner and also the different types of student expectations, let's talk for a brief second about course expectations. Now, course expectations are a little different than student expectations. Course expectations vary from instructor to instructor, but we've compiled a list that should be generally consistent for most, if not all, of the online courses at Honolulu Community College. Online learners are expected to check their course every day or two, especially at the start of the term, to familiarize themselves with the course. Online learners are also expected to create a routine for successful course completion. This means setting up a schedule to check for course communication, participate in course activities, and work on homework and assignments. Online learners are also expected to read their syllabus. Why? Because it contains important dates and times that learners must be aware of. Sometimes online instructors don't actively remind students of deadlines, so it's really important to read through your syllabus in an online course and mark down any important assignments in a personal calendar. Online learners are also expected to tour online courses, meaning becoming familiar with where to find assignments and activities. Online students should click around on all links and read course content. Online learners should also check their email daily. Again, online learners are also expected to reach out to Honolulu Community College Student Support Services to assist with academic course content, personal challenges, financial challenges, academic planning, and the like. And last but not least, online learners are expected to contact their course instructor. Did you know that as an online student, you're expected to contact your instructor by email at the start of every online course? Additionally, it's recommended that online students check their UH email daily. If online learners have any challenges or questions with their course instructors often expect their students to email them. All right, so let's wrap up with just kind of reviewing what we've covered. We looked at a variety of different terms referring to students taking online courses. We've also looked at various student expectations for online learning success. And we looked at common course expectations for online students. Congratulations on completing this video. We hope you have gained some more knowledgeable information and understood a little bit more clearly the expectations of online learning here at Honolulu Community College. Mahalo!